Hello creators, it's Melissa with Melissa's Creations, and I have a very special episode for you today because I am celebrating hitting 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel and 400 page likes on my Facebook page. You guys are amazing and I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me in doing what I love to do. So I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous gold card with the Special Reason stamp set. Look at how that flower shimmers. Isn't that amazing? Love it. I am so lucky to have good friends like you. So I wanted to do something really special for you guys, but that's not all. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I will tell you how you can get entered into my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Let's get started on this card. So some of the supplies we're using today, we have a scrap piece of Whisper white cardstock. I have a large piece of gold glimmer paper. This is the same size as a standard card base, so that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I also have a piece of basic black cardstock for my card base. So I'm going to start by folding that in half. This measures 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and if you do want to score it, you can score it at 4 1/4, or you can just use your bone folder and fold it in half and score that really well. I'm going to do some stamping and some embossing before we get our big shot out. I am using the Special Reason bundle, so that is the stamp set as well as the coordinating framelits dies stylish stems. So first of all, I'm going to grab out my outline for my little label, as well as the stamp that says, "I'm lucky to have a good friend like you." So we're going to mount those on some of our acrylic blocks here. And using some Versamark along with our gold embossing powder, I'm going to grab out my buddy and I'm going to grab out my gold embossing powder here from my little half case. And I'm going to start my stamping. You can use a piece of paper folded in half, or if you have some sort of a tray or containment unit for your embossing powder. So now I'm going to sprinkle that gold over the top. And there it is, beautiful. I'm also going to stamp some of those leaves. So I'm going to get the large and the small leaf out, and we're going to do some embossing of those as well in gold. All right, so we want 2 of each size leaves. So I'm going to do 2 large leaves, and we are going to be cutting these out with framelits. Now the framelits are going to cut exactly the leaf size. They're going to be actually a little bit smaller than the entire leaf, so don't worry about if you're getting too close to the other stamps because it will cut out almost perfectly. All right, and with our Stampin' Up! Heat tool, let's turn that sucker on and get to embossing. Right, now it's big shot time. So we are going to cut out our beautiful leaves and sentiment. So I'm going to grab my pieces out here. I'm using the large framelit for my label, and I'm using the small and large open leaf framelits to cut the leaves out. All right, so now we want to grab out the large flower as well as the small flower, both the detailed and the framelit. And with our gorgeous glimmer paper, we're going to set that down onto our cutting plate. And first of all, I'm going to cut out the detailed flowers. Now this one I'm going to put up in the left-hand corner, and then the smaller one I'm going to put kind of down here, kind of in the middle. I want enough room to have my leaves on the bottom of each, but I also want enough room up here to put my sentiment. So I'm going to cut those out right there, and I'm going to run these through a couple of times just to make sure that they really go through that glimmer paper. So if you have the die brush, go ahead and run that through, and if not, just use your paper piercer or your fingers to poke out the rest of those gorgeous petals. All right, so now I'm going to take the framelits for these flowers, and I'm going to cut out these guys. Now we can start assembling all of our gorgeous pieces. So the reason I cut them out the way that I did is because I want to pop this up with dimensionals. So the first thing I want to do is get my placement. This gold piece is the same size as the entire front of the card. You can't see any black edges around it. So what I want to do first is glue my flower detail pieces to the black cardstock. And to do that, I need to leave this piece where it is so that I can find that placement. So what I'm going to do is take my fine tip glue pen, and I'm just going to put a little bit around on the back of my flower, and it really only takes a few little dabbles. You don't need very much at all. So I'm just going to put a little bit here and there, and I am really not concerned with being messy, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. All right, so now make sure that that glimmer paper is in position where it will be when you have it glued down, and then you can put your flower just like a puzzle piece. You're going to fit it right in and then lift up that glimmer paper without moving the flower underneath, and that will be your good position. And then just let that sit for a second. We're going to lay this piece back down on top, just like our puzzle piece, and we're going to do the same thing with the small flower. And I'm really okay. There's a little bit of glue residue, but don't worry, it's going to get covered up. You're not even going to see it that it's there. So now I'm going to pop this piece up on here to give kind of a shadow effect so that these flowers look sunken in. So I'm going to do that with, obviously, my dimensionals. So get those glitter particles off of your fingers. There's lots of fallout from these glimmer sheets, but I tell you what, I'm really okay with that. All right, so I'm going to take my dimensionals and I'm going to put them all around where I want the most dimension, which would be these pieces here, as well as, obviously, you want to make sure you get the corners. Shake off some of that glitter. Looks like a unicorn sneezed in here, but I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to place my glimmer paper onto my card, and I'm not going to push down until I get it where I think it goes. And that flower is a little out of place, but I think it'll be okay. It'll just add to the pop-up effect. All right, so there is, oh, it's gorgeous. And can you see the detail on how it pops it up so those flowers look like they're sunken into the card? It's hard to see on the video, but I tell you what, it is just stunning. All right, so finishing touches now, I am going to grab some glue dots, and we're going to put our sentiment on. Glue dots are my adhesive of choice when I am using glimmer paper. I think that they work really well to stick things to. So I am loading this up with some glue dots, and I'm going to set this up in this corner here. I also have some beautiful metallic ribbon. This is a Celebration item. It is in a combo pack. So I am going to put a couple of glue dots. I already tied my bow, so I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back of that. And then I'm going to put this one actually up here in this corner. And now for my leaves. Now, I don't know, is this too much gold? Is this too much gold. Let me tell you something. I don't think that there could ever be such a thing as too much gold. I think it is just stunning, and I think it is beautiful because it's celebratory. So I'm really okay with the fact that I have heaps and heaps of gold on here. All right, so there's the large leaves from the large flower, and let's do the smaller leaves down here on this guy. Just like that. All right, now there's one thing left to do to make this card really pop. Now I'm going to show you the two different cards, and you can tell me if you can see the difference or not. So of course, here's the one that I just made, okay? And here is the original. Can you see the difference yet? Can you see the flower and how it shines in my original card? Well, let me tell you what, that is from the fine tip glue pen. So what I do is I just sprinkle some glue right into each one of these little nooks and crannies on both of my cards. And it just turns out so gorgeous. It really, once the glue dries, and you want to make sure you give it time to dry, but once that glue dries, it just is stunning. It dries clear so that you can see the color behind, and it does give you that shimmery, oh, it's just so gorgeous. It looks like glass. It's so beautiful. And that is it. I'm not going to do it on this entire card. I'm just going to do the little middles because I want to see the difference in both of the cards when it dries, but there we go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this awesome video. If you want to get in on that awesome drawing, stay tuned to the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you can be notified of future videos, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this video today. You can visit me online at melissascreations.com or follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/mcreations. Thanks so much, guys. Now let's get to that giveaway. 2,000 YouTube subscribers and 400 Facebook likes later, I am still going strong, and I have you guys to thank for it. I wanted to do something special, so I am doing a product giveaway, and it has to do with celebration. So all you have to do to enter is leave a comment on this video. I'm gonna leave this open for an entire month. So on March 31st, I will draw a winner, and that winner will receive this beautiful, pretty pocket card kit from the Celebration brochure. This is such a fun kit. I hope you guys enjoy this little goodie for your giveaway. Please make sure that if you live outside of the United States that you are willing to pay postage to get this gorgeous little goodie. If you live in the States, I will pay for the postage for you. All of the other details are down below in the description box, so make sure you check those out. Leave me a comment on this video to enter, and good luck. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon.